people speaking is one of the top three most habitual things we do. Okay, and it's probably during the day what occupies most of their attention. The other two are eating and sleep. It's the most automatic program thing that they do daily. And a lot of times it can be complaining. And if you want to recover personal power, I'll give you this exercise. Spend 1 day a week in silence. Now, silence, because maybe if that's a work day, you may have to talk. And so it's that 1 day a week, you say what you need to say, communicate clearly with as few words as possible. Do your job, communicate what you need to, say it as clearly as possible, with as few words as possible. Okay. Practice that 1 day a week. So now if you have your partner, and you're like in a relationship and you're like, maybe they're okay with that, maybe they're not. And you got to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to check with you in the morning. We're going to have a conversation for an hour, kind of set up a day. And after breakfast, and go about until, and then we'll have a conversation at dinner, because it's like sitting in silence at dinner may not be a thing, but I have this chunk in the day where I'm silent, and maybe that night, rest of the night, silent. Like, okay, maybe breakfast and dinner we talk. So you may, in your personal life, kind of make some stipulations about what's needed to communicate during the day. Sometimes it's just logistics. Okay. But then the rest of the day, as much as possible, don't enter into unnecessary conversations. And if you can do missile command on your own thoughts, like, well, I'm not going to say anything. I don't need to think anything. I don't need to think about what I'm going to say. I don't need to think about that conversation I had. So there's all this extra secondary chatter can go away. Because a lot of times thinking is planning a conversation. What am I going to say? How do I present this? And afterwards processing it, thinking about, no, gets rid of that also. Okay. You're going to have more space, particularly in that day, to connect with your will, dissipate thoughts. So yeah, we can amp this up a little bit. And if you're in the engage with your will and you're dissipating thoughts, and you're doing that regularly, the next level is to be able to do that while you're having a conversation with somebody, like I was testing, kind of playing with you on, like to energetically hold that space with yourself. You're holding your own energetic field while somebody's talking to you. And from holding that own energetic field, then you'll have space in your mind to say, okay, how do I want to reply? It's not an automatic reply from the mind. It's a kind of reply. You can take a couple of breaths, pause, think about it, and come up with a different kind of answer, because you're going to be in a different energetic space to reply.